Welcome to Derek Paints Minis. In this video, I'm going to speed paint all 18 of my Putty Patrollers from Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid. I love painting minis. I love painting a character, an individual who I can labor over for 5, 10, 15 hours to get exactly how I want them, and then when they're done, they're done. What I don't like, however, is when you have a bunch of the same model and it's just going to be painting the same model over and over. And I don't really like to sit down and take an entire session or multiple sessions painting these models and then having to repeat that exact process over and over again just to get table-ready models. So when it comes to painting something like this, I have decided to try and find ways to do some speed painting techniques or techniques I wouldn't use on individual models so that I can get them out of the way quickly while still having the end result look nice when they're all on the table together. So before I started this video, I cleaned up all the models, cleaned up all the mold lines. Then I also primed all of these minis in gray. I'm essentially letting the primer act as the base coat. Since the putties are gray anyway, I went straight to the black wash and just applied it liberally over the entire mini. I did this for all 18 of these, getting it everywhere, really darkening up the model and letting it flow into the cracks. After the wash was dry, it was time to move on to dry brushing. I picked a gray paint that was similar to the original primer and went pretty liberally with a giant brush over all of the minis, which helped bring the raised bits back to the original lighter gray color while keeping all of the recesses dark. This added some dimension because I wasn't super precise with the process, so I got varying shades of gray all over the model, underneath the arms and legs. I didn't go as hard as I did on the top parts, but I did try to make sure to pick out all of the raised parts and make sure that anything that wasn't a recess was sufficiently covered. After the first round of dry brushing, I added a lighter gray and went back over the heads, tops of the arms, and the tops of the legs that pointed up toward the light, just to draw out that contrast a little bit more. Then I took my light gray and painted the belts to help differentiate them from the bodies a bit. went back with my black wash around the outline of the belt and the belt buckle itself to give it a little bit more depth and help it not stand out so much from the rest of the model. For the final detail, I used a very small brush and painted the eyes of each model red. I finished each putty by painting the base black. So you can see that these minis look pretty decent. They're not display quality. I'm not going to put these on a shelf, but I need 18 of these to run a game, and they're going to be in groups, and you're not going to really look at individual models as much as you would with maybe one of the Power Rangers or one of the villains. So I'm happy with the way these turned out. They took me about 11 and a half minutes each, which at the end of the day is almost nothing in comparison to the amount of time I spend and put into an individual model like a ranger, like a monster, or a boss. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and got something out of it. If you did, like the video, leave a comment below if you have any questions or comments on this whole process. And as always, thank you for watching.